August the 3rd, 2026. The national media wanted you to believe the music died in Detroit. You check your phone and see the notification. Your undisputed ace. Your two-time reigning American League Cy Young Award winner Tarik Skubal is packing his bags for Los Angeles. The cornerstone of the franchise, gone. And just to rub salt in the wound a few hours later, Casey Mize is shipped off to the San Diego Padres in exchange for Cash Mayfield and Jackson Wolf. The baseball world assumed they were waving the white flag. But President of Baseball, Operation Scott Harris, flat out refuses to say the team is rebuilding. He looks at the roster and says we are not giving up on 2026. And the front office backs it up. Despite a mountain of trade rumors and offers from contending teams, they kept veteran second baseman Gleyber Torres. They kept the core of the lineup intact instead of rolling over. The Detroit Tigers are playing the most electric brand of baseball we have seen all year. We are talking about a team that is just a 0.5 games out of the final American League wildcard spot right now. 2.5 games. You can feel the energy shifting in the Motor City. And the main reason they are surging is because the future just kicked down the front door ahead of schedule. His name is Max Clark, and he is an absolute superstar. But if you think his minor league hype was crazy, wait until you see the absolute NUKE dropped in the 6th inning. Let us rewind the tape to August the 1st against the Oakland Athletics at Sutter Health Park. The Tigers are desperately trying to build some momentum before the trade deadline chaos erupts. The trade rumors are swirling over the clubhouse. And up steps the top prospect Max Clark in the top of the 6th inning. He is facing Athletics pitcher Jack Perkins. Perkins tries to be careful, but Clark has elite plate discipline. He waits for his pitch, and finally, Perkins makes a fatal mistake. He leaves a pitch hanging right in the wheelhouse. And Clark, he does not just hit this baseball, he absolutely demolishes it. His violent swing produces a 2-run nuke that completely breaks the game open. But you have to look beyond the basic box score and dig deep into the StatCast data because the numbers on this swing are completely insane for a rookie. The exit velocity off the bat was an earth-shattering 99.3 miles per hour. 99.3! For a rookie making his debut weekend in the big leagues, that kind of bat speed is terrifying. That is harder than a freight train hitting a brick wall. Look closely at his front foot on this swing. He launched that baseball at a perfect 35-degree launch angle, creating this majestic and towering arc that cut through the California night sky. The ball carried 387 feet straight into the right field seats. Landing way beyond the Tigers' bullpen, it was not a cheap wall scraper. It was a nitrogen monoxide doubter off the bat. The veterans in the dugout go crazy as the franchise's energy shifts from anxiety to pure hype. And the crazy part is, his teammate Kevin McGonigal also went deep in that exact same game. They made history by becoming the first pair of Tigers teammates age 21 or younger to hit home runs in the exact same game. You are watching a generational youth movement unfolding in real time, and it is beautiful. But if you thought that game was just a lucky fluke, wait until you see the absolute clinic they put on the very next day. On August the 2nd, the Tigers dismantled the Athletics in an 11-0 shutout victory. Kiter Montero took the mound and pitched an absolute masterpiece. He went 6 flawless innings, 0 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and completely shut down the Oakland lineup. He kept them entirely off balance with brilliant pitch tunneling and elite command of the zone. And the offense, it was an absolute clinic in situational hitting and raw power. It was run. Gleyber Torres de Veranker steps up in the 4th inning and rips a clutch to run single. Spencer Torkelson adds a booming to run double in the 1st inning and comes back for an RBI base hit in the 8th. They just kept pouring it on inning after inning. They walked away with the 3-game sweep. And it was their first season series sweep against an American League opponent all year. They finished the season series a perfect 6-0 against Oakland. They know everyone wrote them off the second Skubal got traded, expecting them to quietly fade into the background. But they are playing with this reckless abandon right now that you simply cannot teach. It is pure desperation baseball. They are fighting for their playoff lives, and it makes them incredibly dangerous for anyone standing in their way. But even with all this offensive momentum, there is one massive, terrifying question that could completely derail their season. But the biggest question everyone has right now, the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, is who replaces Tarik Skubal. How do you replace a Cy Young winner who eats innings and dominates lineups? The answer is, you do not replace him with one guy. You replace him with a completely new pitching philosophy. And the guy stepping up to be the new alpha dog of this rotation is Troy Melton. If you have not been paying close attention to Troy Melton this season, you need to wake up right now. Through 11 starts, Melton is sitting on a microscopic 1.75 ERA with a 6-1 record over 67 innings pitched. His whip is an absurd 0.93. He is completely stifling opposing hitters and refusing to give up free passes. And when you look at his StatCast profile, it is pure filth. Melton completely revamped his arsenal for the 2026 campaign. He took his cutter, which used to sit around 90.9 miles per hour last year, and ramped it up to a blistering 91.9 miles per hour. That is pure gas starting away at the last millisecond. Human eyes physically cannot track that. You can actually see the sheer panic in the batter's eyes. He is throwing that cutter over 20% of the time, now compared to just 10% last year. He pairs it perfectly with a four-seam fastball that touches 96.2 miles per hour. When you have that kind of velocity differential, combined with late darting movement, hitters have absolutely no chance at the plate. The average exit velocity against Melton is just 88.7 miles per hour. Hitters are just rolling over on his pitches or swinging right through high cheese. He boasts a barrel rate of just 6.2% and a hard hit rate hovering around 35%. He is not just surviving out there. He is dominating. He is painting the corners and making elite hitters look foolish. And right now, as we sit here on August the 4th, the Detroit Tigers are walking into the most critical and defining stretch of their entire season. They are traveling to T-Mobile Park to face the Seattle Mariners. This is a massive West Coast trip that will define their playoff trajectory. The Mariners are fighting for their own playoff lives, and they are not going to make it easy. But the Tigers are bringing an army of young talent, and they have Troy Melton ready to take the mound in this series. Melton is going to face off against guys like Brian Wu in a pivotal matchup. This is exactly where we find out what this Detroit team is truly made of under pressure. They are exactly 2.5 games out of the wild card. Every single pitch matters. Every single at-bat is magnified 100 times. There is zero room for error. If Max Clark can keep providing this unbelievable spark at the plate, and if Troy Melton can step up and lock down the ace role, this team is going to be an absolute nightmare matchup in September. They have the youth. They have the momentum. They have the veteran presence of guys like Gleyber Torres holding the clubhouse together. And most importantly, they have absolutely nothing to lose. They are playing with house money, and that is terrifying for the rest of the league. So, I have to ask you, after watching Max Clark hit absolute missiles into the bleachers and Troy Melton paint the corners with pure gas, do you think the Detroit Tigers can actually pull off this wildcard miracle right now? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Comerica Deep Dive. Detroit Tigers for more deep dives.